And now for the top story tonight, Congress passed resolutions today showing solidarity with those in Iran who are protesting the election results. And President Obama said this.
I'm very concerned, based on some of the tenor of, and tone of the statements that have been made, that the government of Iran recognize that the world is watching.
A new poll shows that 35% think that he's been too weak, 43% say he's been just about right, and only 9% believe the president's been too aggressive responding to the situation in Iran. And then there was this from the Iranian supreme leader today.
I believe the officials of America and some European countries, they should feel a little embarrassed. And they should not open their mouths and say anything they want to say. This is the slogan of death to America.
Looks like that fact that we're not meddling has really calmed things down over there. Now, joining us now from Chicago, Justin Logan from the Cato Institute, and from Virginia Beach, Brigitte Gabriel, the author of the book, They Must Be Stopped, Why We Must Defeat Radical Islam and How We Can Do It. Justin and Brigitte, great to see you. Justin, I want to start with you on this because you have said that President Obama's response has been just about right, because we don't want to be seen as intervening in this election, and that just is a gift, in a sense, to the mullahs. But given the fact that the mullahs are responding as they are today, more death to America, complaining that we're being interventionist, what has been the result of the president's on the sidelines mentality? Has it helped?
I think it's a fair question. The Death to America chant has been sort of a weekly occurrence in Iran since the Islamic Revolution. But I think it was notable in the Supreme Leader's speech today. He went on an extended soliloquy about how this was all being planned by Obama and he was just waiting for this result for the protesters to go out into the streets. It happens to be a complete fabrication, though, but it shows that they want this to be about the United States, about U.S. intervention in Iran's domestic politics.
But Justin, you are making my point. You are making my point. Your idea is that we need to be super careful. I agree, we have to be careful, but we have to be right. Do we not? We have to come down on the side of what is right and true before we start calculating what the mullahs are going to do. The mullahs are going to do what they're going to do anyway. And Brigitte, I'm going to bring you in on this. We'll get back to you, Justin. But Brigitte, I think we should be more like Ronald Reagan in 1981 versus Obama, I don't want to meddle, 2009.
I agree with you. America is a beacon of light to the world. America is a beacon of democracy. As an American citizen today, I'm an immigrant to this great country, and I remember marching in the streets of Lebanon during the 80s as a student, looking and hanging on every word America says, wondering, is anybody in the world watching? Those words are very important. America's message to the Iranian people is very important. And we don't have to go out and embrace Mousavi or anybody else in the election, but the president can go out and say, we stand with the people, we stand with freedom, we are for equality, we are for justice, we are for freedom of expression. This is what America stands for. And he also should have rallied all the Arabic leaders, the moderate Arabic leaders, like the governments of Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Egypt, Kuwait, and those who are unhappy with the Iranian regime. And he should have used the opportunity as a uniting factor between America and the Muslim street to support freedom in Iran.
Justin, it's true, I think, that America is the favorite country of the Iranian youth in the world. I mean, they look to America like they look to no other country. So isn't it incumbent upon us to take up that mantle of leadership and go with it? I mean, not be overly insulting, or, I mean, I'll be insulting to the Supreme Leader. I'll call him the Supreme Thug. But we don't have to be overly insulting, but we do have to stand up and say, just like Reagan said in '81, I stand with the reformers, not with the government. What's the big harm in saying that?
I think we should just have a clear focus on the effects that we expect our policies and speeches will have rather than the intentions behind them. Reagan was actually pretty shrewd in Poland because Polish nationalism was a very strong force on our side. They were disgusted and revolted at their Soviet overlords, and we were able pretty cannily to leverage that against the Soviets. In many ways, although many Iranians like the United States, they like democracy, etc., they're also a fiercely nationalistic people people. And if Obama sticks in and says, you know, I'm on this particular side or that particular side, even people who hate the Iranian regime don't like the idea of foreign countries intervening in their politics.
Well,
I mean, we even didn't like it when...
Yeah, well, Justin, I see your point. It's not exactly Poland. I mean, I'm not trying to say that. I'm just talking about America's leadership and standing for the oppressed against the corrupt, standing for those who seek liberty against those who would drive through the streets on motorcycles, running them over and clubbing them in the heads with batons. I mean, if Barack Obama is going to speak out to the Muslim world and do outreach to the Muslim world, this is a perfect opportunity to do it, is it not?
It sure is, but I think we want to be very wary about, not to get caught up in historical analogies, but replaying Hungary 1956 either. We sent a variety of mixed messages to Hungarian patriots, in many ways urging them to go out and take a stand, and when they were brutally crushed, we stood by, and for decades subsequent to that, Hungarian patriots looked very much askance at the United States. So if we're going to make a commitment, we should be clear, number one, what we think the effect of a speech by Obama is going to be. We had this discussion after the Cairo speech about the...
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it should be Hungary. I don't think we should abandon the people once we come out on the side of liberty. I mean, since when is it contentious for the United States not to wait for the rest of the world to stand up for liberty and freedom and safety against thugs? Go ahead, Brigitte, then you get the last
Even the United Nations came out in condemning the Iranian leadership and what they did to the people rioting in the streets. Since when does the United Nations take leadership over America in standing up for freedom? Even in Egypt, some of the most prominent Egyptian newspapers came out yesterday in editorials wondering where is the West, where is the United States standing in support of freedom. The Egyptian editorial said that it was the United States sending the wrong message to the mullahs, that the West and America will not interfere if the Iranian regime crushes freedom in Iran. That is not the message America wants to send the world.
Justin, just as a closing thought, do you think the opposition or reform movement in general, the reformists, are emboldened and stronger today than they were a week ago, or are they weakened given the subsequent crackdown?
Well, they certainly don't appear to be waiting for a statement by President Obama. I mean, I've been struck, as much as everyone has, by the extent of the demonstrations. But I guess I have a difference of opinion in terms of the power of President Obama's rhetoric. I don't think he can point his rhetorical laser ray and make problems go away.
Justin and Brigitte, thank you very much.